Learners, in this program, our focus will be on the mass extinction at the KT boundary. We would also discuss few salient aspects of KT boundary.
So, KT boundary and mass extinction, these are the two simultaneous events that took place at the advent of Deccan volcanism. So, we relate the Deccan volcanic activity with the mass extinction or sudden death of dinosaurs. And not only this affected, what I am saying that sudden death of dinosaur has taken place, but what was the reason behind it? The ashes, the clouds, the gases, acid rains, they accompanied with the Deccan volcanism, and these are the important factors which are held responsible for the death of dinosaurs. But there are again diverse views. There are two schools of thoughts. One belongs to Alvarez group of scientists. Alvarez is a Nobel laureate who won Nobel Prize, but another school of thought is led by Officer and Drake. What Alvarez says? Alvarez is of the view that Deccan volcanism was not responsible for the sudden death of dinosaurs. Dinosaur death was because of the impact, bolide impact. There are evidences, Chicxulub crater, the sudden impact of meteorite, huge meteorite fell over the earth's surface, and because of the impact lot of dust was produced, and because of dust the entire earth was covered with clouds, and because of these clouds dinosaurs could not get their food and they died. There are evidences in support of this theory, like enormous concentration of iridium. Where from iridium has come? There are only two major sources of iridium. One is from the mantle or from the meteorite. Meteorite and mantle are more or less chemically similar in composition. So, there are two possibilities that this meteorite was held responsible for anomalous concentration of iridium. Secondly, the tektites, the volcanic glasses, spherulites, spherule-like minerals, they are mostly spinels, their abundance. Based on these evidences, Alvarez of the view that the bolide was held responsible for the sudden death of dinosaurs. But Officer and Drake school is of the view that no, it is not that. The volcanism was the main important issue that was held responsible for the sudden death of dinosaurs. Major catastrophe at the end of Mesozoic and the beginning of the Cenozoic, the major catastrophe that has taken place because of volcanism, not because of bolide. This was of the view Officer and Drake. But a third school also emerged out over the time period and says no, bolide was responsible, and because of bolide there was sudden disturbance in the equilibrium of the mantle. Mantle equilibrium was disturbed, and as a consequence volcanism has taken place. So, third school was giving a theory which is called impact triggered volcanic theory, which was held responsible for the sudden death of dinosaurs. But out of this context, what I am saying, it is based on certain scientific facts. What are those facts? Mass extinction and iridium anomaly. They are coincidental. Feldspar spherules are also associated with mass extinction. Impact products like impact glass is also associated. Impact shocked quartz is also associated. You can see the photographs here, the feldspar here. The soot, elemental soot may have been derived from the forest fire or it has been derived from the terrestrial source. So, this elemental soot, then zircon crystals. Zircon crystals, they display variety of colors which should not, and this is because of the impact. Then microtectites, tectites or glasses, they have been formed because of impact, the rock have been melted and melt over the time consolidated in the form of a glass. So, these are the scientific evidences which give an idea that the impact triggered volcanism is the most significant and most convenient way to say that these are the factors responsible for the death of dinosaurs or the mass extinction. So, of late Paul et al. 2013 published a paper in Nature, and Schoen et al. Also published a paper in Science, concluded that Deccan volcanic activity initiated prior to the Cretaceous Paleogene boundary. Cretaceous tertiary boundary or Cretaceous Paleogene boundary is one and the same thing. However, with the main episode of volcanic activity occurring 300 KY earlier than or at the KPG boundary itself. What are the important conclusions of the entire talk? The thick lava sequence consists of physically and chemically distinct basaltic lava flows. Petrography and field disposition discriminate these lava flows and major oxide group them into chemical types, but trace elements and elemental ratios further group them into chemical types that are separated stratigraphically. Second important thing is major and trace elements and Nd, Pb and strontium isotope, neodymium, strontium, lead isotope data discriminate lava flows into different formations, very successful way. Based on isotopic data, the superposition of order of superposition is important. Order of superposition means one lava flow is laid over another lava flow. Of Mahabaleshwar like lava flows over with the Ambaneli and Polatpur like characteristics is in the same stratigraphic order as seen in the distant areas. Distant areas mean peripheral areas like Rajmahendri or Mandla area or Sagar areas. The crystallization age estimates from plagioclase of stratigraphically controlled succession indicate no statistically significant age difference from bottom to the top, that is the range of 63 to 65 million years. This is for peripheral areas, and calculate weighted mean average age of these rocks is 64.21 million years for peripheral lava flows. These post KPG boundary lava flows in peripheral areas are also equally important because peripheral areas are full of sedimentary rocks, and these sedimentary rocks, they do contain lot of fossils. So, you can correlate your age data with the fossil data. So, there are two constraints which is lacking in the western part or the main central area, main hub of the volcanic activity where violent eruption has taken place. The new ages are consistent, however, the geochemical correlation of Mandla lobe lava flows with the uppermost succession of the southwestern Deccan indicate that this post KPG boundary youngest phase of flood basalt activity erupted over much of the province. Second phase was the most important phase, the late Maastrichtian lametta beds. You see the lametta beds, they are the sedimentary rocks which are lying below the lava flows. The very important part of this lametta bed is that they contain fossil content. Akela polyanite is important fossil which is also seen in lametta beds and also seen in the Madagascar. Similar species found both the places. So, presence of this fossil actually gives a age bracket of 70 million years to lametta, and overlying lava flow must be younger than 70 million years. Initial Deccan volcanism as to early 70 million years, and considering the estimated time of formation of bowl clays to 5 million years. The sedimentary units, number of sedimentary units, they entail time period of around 5.3 million years. So, this way, and the youngest lava flow age is 63 million years. So, overall duration of the volcanic eruption might be from 70 million years, or for that matter 67.5 million years to 63 million years, may around 5 to 6 million years. This Deccan volcanic activity took place in the Indian subcontinent. Total duration of volcanic eruption in eastern Deccan volcanic province is at least 7 million years. That activity encompasses Cretaceous Tertiary boundary. And finally, in these words we conclude that Deccan volcanism occurred in several places. An earlier phase formed the Great Western Succession near Bombay, Maharashtra region of lava flows, whereas the later phase formed the terminal lava flows of the southwest region, an entire succession of the Mandla lobe in the east. That means the younger phase.
Learners, now let us summarize what we have learned. We have briefly learnt about KT boundary and mass extinction. Thank you so much.